The prisoner's dilemma is a concept in game theory which is used to illustrate a variety of situations. The concept is also utilized in fields such as psychology and philosophy. Credit for the development of the prisoner's dilemma is generally given to a pair of Rand researchers, Merrill Flood and Melvin Drescher, who worked in the 1950s. Albert Tucker refined the idea and christened the concept the prisoner's dilemma. Two prisoners are accused of a crime. If one confesses and the other does not, the one who confesses will be released immediately, and the other will spend 20 years in prison. If neither confesses, each will be held only a few months. If both confess, they'll each be jailed for 15 years, and they cannot communicate with one another. Given that neither prisoner knows whether the other has confessed, it's in the self-interest of both not to confess. When each prisoner pursues his self-interest, both ends up worse off than they would have been had they acted otherwise. Non-cooperative game theory deals largely with how intelligent individuals interact with one another in an effort to achieve their own goals. Recreational or a cooperative attitude has an eclectic and a multiform nature, a fluid and dynamic structure that can change any time when different inputs or actions are involved in the game. A prisoner's dilemma game can provide competitive situations where a team has to join forces in order to get the best result for the entire group. Each team member has to choose if they should increase their own personal gain or make decisions that are best for the team as a whole. We cannot individualize our own selfish reasons for being part of the team. If a team member starts showing individuality, this can cause the other team members to duplicate the behavior and start showing theirs. According to many team building experts, there are 4 stages of team building. These stages are forming, storming, norming, and performing. Forming is the first stage of the team where people are just meeting each other and establishing the basic get-to-know-you questions. In the storming stage, people are starting to recognize each other's behaviors, and they are trying to determine where they belong in the group. The norming stage is when a team is trying to develop itself and everyone has the roles and responsibilities that they are comfortable with. The performing stage is the final stage. This is where the team can really shine and show how well they work together to accomplish their goals. Eric Verzeau describes the basic elements that describe teams and their members. For better or worse, our team members are human beings with feelings, egos, non-work interest, and career goals beyond the project. This may cause distractions for some members who are not consistently maintaining a balance between their work and personal life, which may also cause lack of quality in their work. During or following the conclusion of a project, team leaders and members may become prone to criticize some members for their work or for other personal reasons. Depending on the person evaluating the situation and the work being criticized, a person may become faced with an emotional conflict about whether or not they should criticize an individual for their work. However, instead of a team member criticizing another member for lacking in their share of the workload, it may be possible that a member may be trying to hog all the glory and reap the largest reward possible by either performing most of the work or by over-exaggerating their participation and their workload. The Library of Economics and Liberty delve into this theory more closely. On a superficial level, the prisoner's dilemma appears to run counter to Adam Smith's idea of the invisible hand. When each person in the game pursues his private interests, he does not promote the collective interest of the group. This may promote hostility within a group due to the jealousy and fear of being criticized in terms of quality or quantity of work that the team member may be trying to reap all the glory for the project, thus making the hostile team members prone to rally together and demote and criticize the individual trying to reap the benefits of their work. Prisoner's dilemma has many real-world applications in business, such as pricing, investment, and the decision to invest in research and development. If one company takes the risk to spend a significant amount of money on research and development, and the competition decides not to follow, they may not have the same competitive edge. The equilibrium of prisoner's dilemma is if both companies spend the money on research and development. Two shoe stores are located on the same block. To gain more of the market share, shoe store A runs a sale undercutting shoe store B to increase profits. Soon after, shoe store B runs a sale undercutting shoe store A. This is known as the tit-for-tat strategy. The winner initially in this price war scenario is the consumer. The businesses try to push each other out of the market by seeing who can wait out the lower profit margins the longest. If one business were to close and the consumer is now faced with only one option to purchase shoes, they will more than likely have to pay a higher price. Collectively, for the community, this is not the best option. Prisoner's Dilemma as relates to business, team building, and peer grading shows that cooperative behavior brings the greatest benefit for all. Barry Nailbuff, professor at Yale School of Management, said business should find ways to structure partnerships that give all of us the right incentives.